Hello, everyone. I'm Jodi Searl. I'm the Chief Client Experience Officer at Medallia. I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about things we're seeing across the experience management industry, from the hyper acceleration of the AI curve to capturing employee feedback around where friction and pain points are occurring within the customer or guest or patient journey, as well as understanding how important it is to leverage operational data as well as experience data into that entire ROI calculation about why you should be and continue to invest in experience as a differentiator. And I'm really excited to also be joined today by Swetha Kumar from KPMG. Swetha, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're seeing across the industry?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm Swetha Kumar, partner with KPMG, and I lead our voice to customer practice for the US and North America. I've been in customer experience over a decade and have worked across industries, bringing best practice and market to our clients and their most pressing needs, all the way from strategy through implementation and value realization.
Love it. I'm so excited to talk to you today. We've got so many things to talk about. What a year it's been just with the technology curve and what we're seeing out in the industry and beyond with the different verticals and brands and businesses that we work with together. We're really excited about all the advancements that we're seeing. There's a lot more opportunity for us to capture additional signals, really dig deep and understand what's happening all along, not only a customer, but also an employee journey. And then leveraging that data in order to make sure that you're showing up the right way at the right time in the way that people expect you to do. Even though technology is moving at a really rapid pace, we know there's always more to be done and always other things that brands can be thinking about to stay ahead of the curve and help define what's next in order to continue to level up that experience for their customers and their employees. I know that you and I have worked together and our teams have worked together quite a bit over the past years in supporting our great clients and helping to make sure that they are thinking ahead of that curve and they are setting up to use experience as a differentiator in a meaningful way for them. But when we think about the year ahead and given everything that we've learned, how are we supporting leaders in a way that they're thinking more forwardly around how to leverage experience and what things are standing out to you? What are you seeing across the board?
Absolutely, Jody. I mean, customer experience is always changing, continuously evolving, as we know. And we want to bring learnings from the market to our clients as they continue to evolve as well. And so, really, the three things I want to see our clients invest in this year are number one, proactive empathy, moving from responding to issues and being reactive to customer needs to getting ahead of issues and getting ahead of some of those pain points that they might experience. The second is consistent, connected experiences, truly thinking about the customer experience as a horizontal function versus a vertical function that sits in the silos. So, truly integrating the customer experience across the front, the middle, and the back office of an organization. And then, thirdly, hyper personalization with artificial intelligence or AI. I know AI is the most recent buzzword, but recent advances in AI are seeing a shift from personalizing experience to segments to personalizing experience to the individual. And we're going to see a lot more of that as we have more data and more insights to work with.
That's great. I love that, and the way that you're talking about those 3 things working together, I think is really compelling, especially around just the authenticity of a customer experience and how brands and organizations are leveraging that in order to make sure that they're connecting in the right place. The other thing you said, which I think is really important, and one of the things that we regularly see across the board that ends up being an obstacle for a lot of the clients that we work with, which is having client experience or customer experience live in just one silo and not everyone across an organization understanding how they and their teams play an integral part in it. And understanding that whether a customer is interacting with a brand or an organization via a website or via a brick and mortar experience, those experiences need to be consistent. They need to be connected. They need to reflect on the brand promise. And then the concept of the introduction of AI consumers are really smart. And so they know when they're getting an authentic response or something is authentically being curated for them versus something that's more machine learning. And they're able to see through that. And so as we start to think about what's happening next for brands and or organizations and where and how they should be thinking about showing up, there's one place that gets a lot of attention, and that's really the goldmine of data that lives in the contact center. What are you seeing around that?
Yeah, it truly is a gold mine, Jodi. I mean, that's mostly where our clients begin. When they think about a customer experience, when they think about voice of customer, there is just a ton of volume coming through the contact center. Something like 40% of consumers use three or more conversation channels. So, to your point, phone, chat, email, right, to engage with customer service about complaints or issues they're having with brand. And about 53% of customers think that most customer support interactions are fragmented and they need to have multiple touches with the contact center to get to resolution. So, huge need and tons of volume in the contact center. So, truly a gold mine from a feedback and data and insight standpoint.
I love that, Swetha, and exactly what you've just said. Employees in the contact center, what we are seeing is some of the best brands and organizations that we work with are harnessing feedback and uncovering client pain points by leveraging feedback from their own employees. So, the people who are on the front line, the people who are standing on the floor in a retail environment or delivering in a hospitality environment or from an airline perspective or in that contact center. What are you seeing with some of the best brands and organizations you're working with, how they're leveraging employees for uncovering those friction and pain points that customers are experiencing?
Yeah, such an important question, Jodi. And we all know that great customer experiences start with great employee experiences. And when companies empower their teams and their employees, whether that's through AI driven tools like Microsoft Copilot, right, that really help enable employees and help eliminate really tedious tasks, or whether it's fostering a culture of empathy across the organization, employees are more engaged and that energy translates directly to customers. So enabling your employees inherently helps you care for your customers better.
I love that so much because it is one of the things that we are regularly working with our clients on as well. If you're not tapping into that incredible fountain of data and of insights that your own employees have, you're missing out on a big portion of that experience. And so what we've talked about today is this concept of starting with making sure that we're providing really truly proactive empathetic experiences. We're understanding what the pain points are and we're getting out in front of those. We're seeing that there it's really important to have consistency across the different touch points that a consumer, a customer, a guest, a patient might engage with a brand or an organization and how it needs to be consistent across the board. And then also how to best leverage AI in an authentic way and making sure that you're using your employees. When companies and brands and organizations are doing this and they're doing this on a level that really is touching every single one of those journey touch points, what are you seeing around return on investment in that? What are companies and brands seeing when they invest in leveraging experience as a differentiator and measuring their brand promise? What's happening in today's day and age?
Yeah. And this is really, I feel like, the question of the day with our clients, right? We get this question so much as customers or clients have prioritized the customer experience as part of their strategic agenda. You know, many organizations haven't wrapped their minds, Jodi, around the fact that a better customer experience means better financials, right? You can be more profitable and have higher return on investment if you prioritize caring for your customers. And so at KPMG, we work with clients and organizations like Medallia to combine rich insights from a platform like Medallia, what customers are saying through feedback, with operational data like acquisition costs and cost to serve, and financial data like customer lifetime value to really answer key questions for our clients around ROI. Questions like, which of these five initiatives makes best sense for me to invest in right now from an ROI perspective? Which one's going to give me the best return on my investment? Also, what's the ROI on this next big customer experience initiative that I need to make that I already have funding for. We also do retrospective analyses. So I've invested a ton in customer experience over the last 2 to 5 years, and I want to prove to my leadership that those investments have paid off. Are you able to do a retrospective analysis for me about all the investments I've made and the ROI that the company has already seen from those investments? So it can be a really, really powerful story, especially in building a business case for organizations and leaders to justify customer experience investments and really tie those investments to value and ROI.
Yeah, I love that so much because it really isn't that where the richness happens? It happens when the data helps you tell that story. In fact, Forrester just recently reduced the total economic impact report that talks about exactly what you've just referred to. And it's really about how you're marrying up operational data up against customer experience or employee experience data. And what they're finding is that there is a 185% return on investment over a 3-year period when clients have invested in a software platform like Medallia and partnering with great service providers like KPMG. In fact, a lot of times they're seeing a payback in the initial investment in less than 6 months. But the piece that I find super compelling is what they also found is that there's a 30% increase in spend from personalized actions with contacted customers. And that might mean that you are closing the loop with someone who's sharing with you via a contact center or even via a digital channel that an experience didn't quite reflect the brand promise, or even that somebody went above and beyond your brand promise and was really exemplary in that. But the power of leveraging that data and the power of leveraging that feedback, bringing a true return on investment to business results. In fact, the way that we often talk about it with our clients is employee experience plus customer experience equals business results. Simple arithmetic. We see that quite a bit as well. So I love that nod to the ROI. I think that's really powerful.
Absolutely. Such an important question. And like I said, the question of the day, I feel like we're getting this question, and rightly so, from most of our clients, especially those who prioritize the customer experience to be part of their strategic agenda.
Thank you so much, Swetha. I feel like I could talk to you the rest of the day. I've learned so much from you, from your insights and what you've shared with us. I do every time I talk with you. And so, really appreciate you spending time with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And for those of you out there listening in, anything that we can do from a Medallia perspective on your program or KPMG, please feel free to reach out to us. We're here and we're looking forward to working with you.